Hello and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Last time we got to this place, I forget the system, Mortis Acius, and we landed on Phobos 6, and turns out the planet might have been a little geologically compromised, I guess. But the Drukhari made short work of that. They decided to use some kind of method to cause the entire surface to, break open and cause toxic gas to go everywhere and all that. And they were taking people for pets and gladiators and all sorts of stuff. But we stopped them. And now we're gonna go back to Dargonis, I guess, to report what happened here. But also, this is a new planet, so we got new projects. So first things first, we can only get one. So we need new convicts. Various dangerous literates and idle thinkers could supplement the workforce. The quarries can be filled with prisoners taken from foreign worlds, or purchasing foreign criminals is a potential solution for the problem. So let me look. If I do this, I don't have to pay anything. I get the Punisher fee. Information, there you go. I get the Punisher feature. 10 dodge against... don't really care. But I do get some stuff that I don't need, really. People would be nice, and maybe chemicals, but I got tons of that stuff. This one gives me a cutthroat feature. All allies gain crit damage. That's a lot better. Lose efficiency, but you get people, which I need. And this one is grants plus 5 damage against psychers and navigators, which we don't come across too many of those. So I'm gonna go with the outsiders. So I'll lose efficiency, but I'll gain, everyone gets better crit damage, and we gain people. So while that goes to do what it needs to do, we're gonna head back to Dargonis. Because I'm pretty sure that's the only thing we can do. I sadly cannot go there. Can I reduce it to 0 worry? Well, yeah, it's just a free way. It's safe. That's something, I guess. What was I gonna do? Yeah, I was gonna look at the journal. Master Inspector wants people for profit. That sucks for me. That sucks. That sucks. These all are bad for me right now, because I need people. Gotta go to Dargonis, I would guess. And then this one is that, okay. And none of this will help. So yeah, let's just head back. Yeah, so it's just free. Oh, I should have done that before. I didn't think about that. Phobos began new stage of development. Our astropaths received a message from Achilles Scalander on Dargonis. He closely studied the data from the incursion on Phobos 6, including the mention of the Xenos leader. He promised to direct the efforts of his aides to identify those enemies of humanity so their location can be determined. Master Scalander is also reporting the Drukhari are getting ready for more attacks on your territory. Information from his aides continues to arrive, and Achilles will personally report to you the moment the target for the upcoming raid becomes clear. The Drukhari excel at catching their opponents off guard, and there will be little time to mount a response. According to Master Scalander, your personal participation in the defense would be the best strategy given the circumstances. I do agree. Lord Captain, this is Master Helmsman Ravor. The crew is grumbling again, but they've a right reason this time. Our analytics systems have gone totally bonkers. The red robes, tech priests, are blaming the anger of the machine spirits. Allegedly, this is how they profess their displeasure at the crew not being worshipful. We have largely managed to stabilize the output of the augurs and auspexes across the ship, but you should know there is something awfully sketchy about the machines these days. I can confirm the vessel's analytics systems have been behaving incorrectly for a time. The cogitators could not produce statistical data and displayed meaningless numeric combinations instead. The augurs failed to correctly analyze matter and mistook solids for liquids and vice versa. Thanks to the tech priest's efforts, standard operation of the ship's mechanisms have been restored. I am still registering sporadic reports of similar malfunctions, but we should be able to hold them now. Good, good. That's what we like to hear. Lord Captain, a disturbing report has come from the quarries of Veabo 6. The convicts have lost their minds. They forgot how to use tools. They huddle together and continue to stare aimlessly into space, even under the lashes of the whips, ruining the mining deadlines. Some are possessed with the urge to use their nails to scratch blasphemous symbols on tools, machines, and even their own bodies. The most mad have painted the wall of several mines from floor to ceiling with the symbols, and then off deep into the mining tunnels. None of them could be found. The overseers consider it a ploy to divert attention away from the escapes and an impending rebellion. What are the symbols being scratched? It is hard to give them the drawings any sort of intelligible definition. Unnaturally round circles connected by lines. The lines are interrupted by groups of dots. Some patterns follow a certain common logic while others are unique. After examining them, you realize the symbols are connected through a strange logistical sequence. Because I was thinking, I know one different I guess you want to call it a species, whatever, faction. It would be the Necrons, because the Necrons like to have circles and dots and lines, and it's very accurate and round because it's made by like robots. And I do know there's the newest thing. I don't know if this is technically in the same time period or not, but one show called something Nexus. It's been a while since I watched it. The whole thing was this one Hive Lord found a way to like mind control people and guardsmen to become like zombie things. So maybe? I don't know. What do my advisors say? I am detecting an intriguing pattern in the drawing of the symbols left by the prisoners. Hypothesis: they have a practical purpose, requesting clearance for the Adeptus Mechanicus to access the mines and investigate the specimens. Disappearing prisoners? What is the point of running away from penal servitude if the entire world is a prison cell? No, Shireen, these ashmugs have found some sort of smuggling tunnel network and are hiding there. And the drawings are their secret language, which they use to give orders to their fellow prisoners. I know some guys who can find such secret places and decipher these languages. Yeah, I don't know about that one. If the convicts continue to disappear for no reason, then unrest will soon follow. Whether out of fear or hope for the possibility of escape, to stifle this, we must put pressure on the convicts' leaders. My experience suggests that such people can hold much more sway than any other overseer. A fish rots from the head, and a prison begins to collapse because of its overseers. It is suspicious that no one has managed to get to the bottom of the problem. Lean on the senior staff to get the information we need. Someone in the prison must be exploiting the situation for their own ends. So if I send the Omnissiah or the Tech Priest in, all allies gain +7 logic. I don't know about that. If I do J's, at the start of the wearer's turn, they gain temporary wounds. When the wearer's wounds drop to 0, they fall prone and gain 10% of their maximum wounds as temporary wounds. The wearer becomes a priority target of adjacent enemies. While prone, if the wearer has no other allies with more than 0 wounds, they and their allies die. On the wearer's next turn, they regain 30% of their wounds if they still have temporary wounds. So once per round, if you keep him alive, he can just keep getting knocked and taunting everyone. That's kind of cool. That'd be good on Abelard if Abelard didn't have a good trinket on already. Have the convicts leader stop this mess or else they're gonna regret it. The flagship gains +3 speed in the first round. What do I gotta do for that? I need one person to do that. If I do Solomorns, we apply pressure to the senior ranks of the colony to get this. A two-handed minigun. This weapon deals additional damage to the target's equal to the target's difficulty tier, which can go up to 4, so it can only do 4 more damage. That one's okay, but honestly, these all kind of suck. The only one that kind of is okay is this one, but I don't know if this is actually a cult or a underground railway, because how would they have the ability to draw perfect circles? That's just not humanly natural. Like, not even, I don't think, if you have, like, what's it called? The accountant has it. Basically people that have, like, it's not Downs. It's some disability where it impairs your ability to move around and maybe have emotional intelligence and all that, but then you become a master genius and you can do stuff a lot of people can't. I don't know. This one might actually help for space battles as if I need it, but maybe. Let's send the Omnissiah in, sure. The Omnissiah are hereby allowed to examine any convicts that demonstrate odd behavior. There is no sacrifice more worthy than one made in the name of the quest for knowledge. The wise servants of the Omnissiah interrogated the strange prisoners. The examination of their brain tissue did not reveal any mutations. Those laborers who had completely lost their utility were granted servitorization in order to maintain production levels. However, one discovery was made after all. The prisoners' drawings were too systematic. They could not be mere gibberish. The sets of repeating dashes and dots were far too similar. But if it was indeed a secret code, then judging by its complexity and the impossibility of decoding it, this language was definitely not invented by a convict. I could have told you that. Mechanism for plasteel. Looking at my resources. Chemicals for efficiency. Security I need, so I don't need to keep coming back. Yeah. There is a rumor that there are several warp guides among the convicts, unsanctioned semblances of navigators. It may be worth it to hunt them down and pass them into service. Fair enough. Okay. So now where are we going? Are we just waiting for an attack? Yeah, we gotta wait. Well, poopy doopy. Where would it be worth to try to head to? Because I can't think of any places that, I mean, I could try to make my way to Kiava Gamma, but then I'm away from every other colony. There's 2 colonies here, maybe down here. I'll try it. During the period designated at the night shift, the air throughout the ship suddenly turns stale. Those who were awake report feeling incredibly tired. Those who were asleep later report having horrible nightmares. Everything will be alright, son. Well, that's not good. Let's jump across here, I guess. I'm trying to. It's really difficult sometimes to navigate this. I should use my cursor, that's why. Whoa. Since the very start of the warp jump, rumors of ill omens have been widespread among the Voidsmen. Hi, Gritty. Sudden deaths among crew, ravaged corpses, jagged shadows lurking behind the bulkheads. A Terran day later, the mystery unraveled itself in the most heinous manner, an attempt on the rogue trader's life. The question of how the Drukari Xenos came to be aboard the ship will have to be pondered some other time. Right now, the Lord Captain has to fight for his life. You can try. Seriously, I'd like to see you guys try. You guys won't get far. I'm telling you.
Victory awaits!
Yeah, just keep walking. Which way? This way?
We need to investigate.
A trivial task.
I would guess they came onto the ship at Viabo 6 while we were fighting, and they probably sent a bunch of scouts to get on the ship.
I have learned much in my exile.
The landing ship.
What is that?
I forget what they're called.
Take a knee and bow before me.
Well, that's not good. I'll go here. So we got some captives. Is that it? I thought it was Drukari. 1 Drukari. Kabalite sharpshooter. Ooh. That's not good. So we got sniper. We gotta stay away from. Abelard, go here. I'm gonna charge these guys. Pascal can go here.
O Messiah, grant me the wisdom to perceive.
Gilead. We'll have a few from here. Solomorn and Heinrichs. I should probably give Yurli at this so she can try to take out that guy first. Front line to you guys.
Suits my purposes.
This to you guys. And this to us. Or you.
All too easy.
Okay, and then
I don't have time
come on.
for this.
You got this. So we gotta mark this guy. Oh, we can't. He's too far away, I guess.
If I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath me. I understand your intent. Deal death with my hands.
I forgot she can just keep shooting. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. One second. Why is it bugged out?
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Not a problem for me.
Okay.
Glato, we're undertaking this task. Hold the formation.
Then you'll get this for when you run. And take
One of
him
us
out.
would be enough. Accepted.
Dang it. That was actually easy to do. Almost did it again.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Okay. Can I hit this guy in the back or not? I can't. I don't even know if I can hit anybody. It says I can shoot him, but I can't.
If it serves your cause.
Yeah, so
No
they just have
more.
grenades for blowing up. Okay.
If I'm...
And I'm going to...
This tedium is beneath me. You cannot force me, Elantak. Stop trying, monkey.
But now...
I'm a savant of destruction. Explorators know one route. Forward.
And then...
The scriptural problem.
Try to make my way up here. Can that
The
jump?
other
I can.
side. I condemns you.
any other.
Request approved.
Try to make your weapon crappy.
My vow is to serve.
I didn't know I could hit him. That was my bad.
Victory is imminent.
Yeah, Heinrich, just get out of the way.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Follow my lead. It will be done.
And then, can I curl around? That's the best I can go.
Indeed.
Everyone, step aside. Let's see to it.
Yeah, this is nice grouping up. Totally won't end bad for me. I can get 11% chance, or I can do that with that. I trust my odds. I trust my odds.
Naturally.
I can do this.
For the throne of your reckoning.
Yeah!
What ails you?
We shall prevail. Follow
Let's
my
go.
lead.
Oh, too hard for a simple monkey.
Yep. Totally. I like the shake up from just always demons. At least now it's Drukari. Ooh, what is this? Long splinter rifle. Pretty good damage and toxin. And a Cabalite armor. I'll take it, but I don't know if anyone, or if, what's her name, Yurlia can have it. What should I put on myself? Tech use, persuasion, no. Logic, maybe? Commerce. Awareness might be nice. Tech use. We got Pascal for that all the time. So I'll take Allure and the Warp, I guess. And then maybe something for my thing. Allies in the same combat area with me are... No, that's very rare to happen. Use a stratagem on a combat area that allows the Grand Strategist to use all officers' abilities on them, regardless of distance. Might be good. Every enemy killed in a front line increases combat tactic areas by +1 until end of combat. Maybe. That's actually pretty good. Backline, if there's no enemies in it, we get free shots, basically. Athletics might be the go-to here. Yeah. To stay on top. And then... Don't I have defensive stance? Oh wait, I do. That's where I can parry counterattack. Has a -10 penalty to weapon skill for attacks of opportunity instead of 20. And they deal more damage. While the Vanguard has at least one ally within... no. 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 I'll do that one. Where was it? So it's more likely to hit when he does his defensive stance, and it'll do more damage. Overall, great. What's a 110 thing? Lore on Xenos or Logic? Logic. Pascal's attack and effects. New. Maybe. Every time they use plasma. He does it a lot. Ooh. That might be great. So it's all these. Okay, I want to stay with these. Yes, yes. No. That might be good. Stacking fatigue on top of that. That might be great. Armor is up. So do I want them to fall prone? Ooh, if I do the push and then I cause bleeding. Critical hit chance. Maybe. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, your highest is in Xenos lore, it looks like. Or better awareness is great. Well, you're gonna kill anybody you hit, is the problem. This would be good, yes. This will make it so I can withdraw if I get in melee attack range, but it happens rarely, but it has happened and it kind of screws her up. Coercion? I'm higher with that, so maybe demolition? Let's go demolition. Toughness equal to half their block. Um, take more damage. Maybe. I'll just give him better strength. Yeah, look at that boy. Oh my god. He's a beast, literally. And then we got, for you, you have actually mediocre stats. Or you do have any that are like kinda okay? I mean, athletics, but we already got that knotted down. You got Lord of the Warp, but that's for me. Lord of Xenos, that's for me. Medicaid, that's for me. I guess Medicaid so you can try to heal better. I don't know. Should I give you better? Yeah, stacks of versatility for you. Because that's your whole thing. Okay.
A new challenge for me.
Anyone else? Yeah. Yeah, that should be everything. Oh wait, yeah, I gotta check quickly. I promise not to take too long. Check your armor. Yeah, this is just worse version of that. Same with this. Alright. Whoops. That was perfect. I pressed it just as it loaded. So, have they tried to attack yet? Or do I gotta go one more jump? Nice. You still waiting? Yeah. Yeah, so we're just killing time at this point. Nice. What should we have now? So this will block these three. And these block these two. So this will give me all allies gain +5 crews and suffer -10 toxic damage. And I get better security and complacency. This gives me all allies gain +5 commerce and +4% hit chance. Honestly, the poison damage reduction would be nice in case we do come across that. Which actually we're going to be coming across that a lot more now with Drukhari. And also the security, so I don't have to keep running back. So yeah. I didn't read it. The mining complexes are becoming overcrowded with convicts. The massive crystal flex domes, whose filtration altars purify the water and air, will fit far more workers. Excusez-moi. Okay, he's reporting a Xenos raid against a merchant ship in the silence of Mers Sigret. The coordinates of a hypothetical contact have been forwarded to the crew. If you wish to support your subjects and fight back against the Xenos personally, we must hurry. It is unlikely that the merchant ship will be able to resist the enemies of humanity for long. The enforcers from different decks of the Von Valancius vessel report a terrifying sight. The skin of some crew members has become translucent, revealing knots of muscle and blood vessels beneath, whereas yet small spider-like insects were seen scurrying inside of them, snow white and sparkling like ice. The transformed could not see this phenomenon in themselves or anybody else, only occasionally complaining about prickly feeling in their extremities. Some were branded as mutants and killed. The survivors revert back after the vessel emerged in real space. So it's just over there. I can get there in 3 jumps. I hope that's enough time. While traveling through the Immaterium, the crew on duty in Loading Bay 7 heard what sounded like the hissing of a giant snake. The terrified workers sent out a Vox message, then locked themselves in a shipping container and welded it shut. The response team sent to the bay found no signs of warp activity. Unfortunately, by the time they arrived, the workers had suffocated. Nice. The mines of Phaebos are once again in turmoil. At the depths of level MD Zeta 5, the overseers have discovered a mountain of mutilated bodies, seemingly crushed by the millstones of the mining machines. All the dead are convicts. The overseers believe that there is a cult of heretics operating in the ranks of the prisoners, offering human sacrifices. The prisoners themselves claim that this atrocity was committed on the order of the warden to rid the prison of the more inconvenient inmates. The warden tried to reason with the raging mob, but was mauled to death instead. His defiled remains were found inside one of the cells where prisoners were being tortured during the investigation of the strange convicts. The overseers have managed to isolate the rebels inside the mining facilities, but an assault would result in high losses for the workforce. On the other hand, the prisoners are ready to lay down their weapons, cease this violence, and repent if the rogue trader would only demonstrate some compassion towards their plight, possibly by reforming some of the more severe punishments. That's fair enough. So who did kill the people? Why is that worded like that? So who did kill the people found in the mines? That remains to be established. The riot has complicated the investigation. Perhaps it was the work of the warden after all, or perhaps this is a cell of the cult of the final dawn operating among the prisoners. But the few pics of the corpses that the overseers managed to take contain an oddity. If one were to use their imagination, they could see a certain pattern in the scattered bodies, one that is vaguely familiar to the one these inconvenient prisoners had been drawing. What my advisors think. If the governor and a pack of overseers cannot handle their duties, should they not take the place of their wards? And could there not be worthy administrators among those who oppose them, those who could do better? A mob of commoners mauled a noble soul who was attempting to reason with them. How awful. Perhaps the underground madness has spread among them and assumed a new form, turning them into monsters in the process. It would be cruel to kill them if this is the case. It is much more humane and well-intentioned to excise their brains in order to curb their ferocity and penchant for disobedience. My house did the same whenever the serfs rebelled in their ignorance. A rather merciful step. I don't care about the overseers, the convicts, or their problems. What bothers me is the dead bodies. Who left them? That is the more important question. If the bodies haven't been destroyed yet, then we should conduct a certain kind of divination. The ritual is less than appetizing, but a psyker with a strong stomach could learn about their deaths. The traces of death are like an open book to a disciple of the web. A skilled spinner can go to the mines and reveal what brought death to the convicts. Punish the whole prison administration and send them to the mines, then select new administrators from the prison population. And we get mercy to the fallen. I gain 2 resolve. I mean, that's okay, but I don't do too much killing. This is complacency, lose efficiency, the same thing. The convicts have revolted against the unbearable actions of the guards. Order them to stop torturing the prisoners beyond reason. Shall I hope for House Orselio's aid in sharing their knowledge of brain excision and how it should be applied to the serfs? All allies get plus 3% critical hit chance. Exterminate everyone. I get that, and minus a thing. Keen mind, if I do the psyker, the divination ritual. All allies gain plus 3% dodge reduction against all enemies. Or let the spinner go in. All allies gain plus lore of Xenos divided by 15% dodge. A cultist of the Bloodspun Web sacrificed his sanity to deliver the prophecies of a strange enemy to the rogue trader. Ooh, these are all... Yeah, I feel like I should do that, but also, yeah. I agree. I'm like, yeah, this is a thing we should deal with. We should probably be like, hey, you guys deserve to have better conditions and all that. But also, why the bodies? Which is better? This is 3% dodge reduction. And this is dodge. And like the most you can get is 3%. Or I guess I would get like 10% maybe. 9 or 10%. I'll do it. Let a spinner of the Bloodspun Web examine the bodies and give answers. May the secrets of death be revealed to the servant of the Undying One. The cultists spent days without sleep or sustenance, studying every wound on the mutilated corpses. At last, the Undying One bestowed a revelation on him. The spinner sensed the victim's dying throes and proclaimed that a dark entity had claimed the souls of the convicts. Crippled by his visions, the man lost his mind and kept rambling, spouting gloomy prophecies of the terrible adversary. But his duty was done, and the rebellion abated as fear of the unknown rallied the inhabitants of the colony. Well, that's not good. What do we want to do now? So between these three, it's basically, do I want iron eye grenades? Creatures caught in the corrosive grenade blast area suffer a minus their current armor divided by 2% armor decrease. So that's getting rid of armor. I get profit, Fellowship of the Void, and weapons, which is okay. With this, I get another signet. A marvelous compact weapon in the form of a Melta Scorching Shot, which is... so just shoot in front of me, a shotgun basically. Profit factor intrusions. Or I get mobile extractions. I don't know how many I have at this point. Explorators and plasteel. This one's blocked. One second. How can I tell? I guess I gotta look in here. I got 8. That'd get me back up to 13. I'm thinking maybe. Sure. Extraction Metallica. The master artisans of the Adeptus Mechanicus deep in the mines of Phaeobos 6, where thundering seismic cannons will tear through rock to free precious ores. I get rid of some mechanisms and phlogiston, but I get that in return. So, okay. One second. There's an ice world here with an unforeseen event. What is this? Some good promethium, but I don't need it. According to the ancient chronicles and maps handed to you by the Pilgrim, this icy planet used to be a prosperous imperial colony. However, a sharp change in its trajectory, brought upon by the warp anomaly raging in the system, caused the world to distance itself from the local star. In less than a decade, the planet's surface was completely encased in ice, sealing a wealth of machines and artifacts of the Imperium inside a glacial tomb. Use augers to scan the planet. Magos Hahnemann made a logical statement. Unverified information received from a nameless individual is likely to prove false. However, the factual evidence pointing at the authenticity of the ancient documents allows one to assume the rogue trader's augers are not powerful enough to perform a more thorough scan of the frozen world. What does it say? Perhaps the problem lies in the ship's augers, so I need to upgrade my ship's augers somehow. Got it. Okay. Come on. Demonic eyes materialized and began to slither across the walls of crew quarters 49. The burning orbs swelled like bubbles of fetid swamp gas, only in secluded places at first, later appearing in plain sight. Everyone subject to their glare started experiencing headaches and spells of self-flagellation. After one of the officers peeled off a portion of his own skin to fashion a makeshift eyelid for one of the fiendish orbs, the section was quarantined since neither fire nor other munitions could prevent more eyes from sprouting up on the ship. The vessel was cleansed only by escaping from the clutching embrace of the Sea of Souls. Yikes. Come on. We're here. Tell me it was on time. It's an illusion. Come on. We're here.
Mighty machine spirits, lend us a modicum of thy power.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships. Oh boy. This is gonna be a pickle.
Set the course. This one's going down. Bleed
Or
down.
not. These guys are kind of weak. Start a fire there. And then if I slide to the right, maybe. Eeh. Yeah.
Fire right now!
And then I'll protect my right, because there's a lot of guys on the right. Come on. Keep going. Let's shoot out the bombers.
Torpedoes! Another salvo!
Sharp turn. And I can shoot this way.
This one
Yes.
goes down.
And then jump. And then shoot.
Fire the last batteries.
Which ones? Macro cans, that wouldn't help. I can start a fire here though. Nice. I do have to shift over anyway, so boop, and then I can hit you.
Macro cannon, volley!
I revel in the spectacle of their glittering ruin.
Bleed them. Fire the last batteries. Another notch on the macro
Nice.
cannon.
It's just too easy. Anyway, I'll leave this episode here. Thank you guys for watching. Next time we'll see if they try to attack us again, and we'll see what else is happening. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Peace.